Good morning. I'm going to ask you to do something a little daring, maybe even a little dangerous this morning. We're going to read the story this morning, and I want you to be one of the characters. The name is Cleopas, and I want you to be Cleopas. It's a very charming name. It means son of a renowned father. So you got that going for you. That's kind of nice. But also, you're going to be traveling with a friend. So look to the person next to you, your fellow traveler, and introduce yourself. Say, "Hi, my name is Cleopas. What's your name?" Go ahead, do that. "Hi, my name is Cleopas. What's your name?" It's okay. It might be a little confusing, but it doesn't matter because today we are all along the road. So read along with me. It comes from Luke 24, starting at verse 13. Now the same day, two of them were going to a village called Emmaus, about 7 miles from Jerusalem. They were talking with each other about everything that had happened. As they talked and discussed these things with each other, Jesus himself came up and walked along with them, but they were kept from recognizing him. He asked them, "What are you discussing together as you walk along?" They stood still, their faces downcast. One of them, named Cleopas, asked him, "Are you only a visitor to Jerusalem? And do you not know the things that have happened there in these days?" "What things?" he asked. "About Jesus of Nazareth," they replied. "He was a prophet, powerful in word and deed before God and all the people. The chief priests and our rulers handed him over to be sentenced to death, and they crucified him. But we had hoped that he was the one who was going to redeem Israel. And what is more, it is the 3rd day since all this took place. In addition, some of our women amazed us. They went to the tomb early this morning, but didn't find his body. They came and told us that they had seen a vision of angels who said he was alive. Then some of our companions went to the tomb and found it just as the women had said, but they did not see." Cleopas. Cleopas, it's been a crazy few days here. It's Sunday, it's the first day of the week, and you are traveling from Jerusalem to Emmaus, 7 miles. You're hoping to get there before nighttime because it takes a couple hours to get there. You've been discussing over the past week the whirlwind of things that have been going on. And along from the side, up comes a stranger. Comes up and asks you maybe the most idiotic question ever. He asks you, "Hi, what are you talking about?" And I don't think shocked is the right word. It is almost as if you've been socked in the stomach. Because this whole week has been one tumultuous week. Starting a week ago when this guy named Jesus came into town riding on a donkey and palm branches were waving. It was a great time. But now, this has just opened up a bunch of new wounds, very fresh ones. It's almost as if you have just lost your best friend. And in many ways you have, because Jesus was one of your best friends. You had such high hopes for him. You had thought maybe it was Jesus. He would be the one, the Messiah, the one that would kick out those Romans, those people that are oppressing us, and set everything right. But that was not the case. Now your hope was gone. It's gone. Because over the week, they took Jesus and they abused him and they beat him up. And you heard them say, We don't want him. We want Barabbas. And you twitched each time that whip came down on his back and ripped off flesh. And you heard them yell out, "Crucify him!" And you saw the Roman soldiers nail the nails into his hands. And then you saw him die. And when Jesus died, so did your hope. And this man has just opened those wounds. This morning, some of your friends went to the tomb, and they didn't find the body. I don't know how that happened. You don't know how that happened. They didn't find the body, and then they were asking some of the most far-fetched questions that you could think of. Maybe Jesus rose from the dead. He said that 3 days. What if he did? What if he really did rise from the dead? You have some questions that you don't have any answers for. And right now, you've been talking about them. You have just left Jerusalem, this place of pain, and you are escaping away from that pain. And this stranger who has just walked up has just opened those wounds afresh. Just a side note here. Hope is a powerful thing. When you have hope, you feel like you own the world. The world is there for your taking. And when you do not have hope, it is as if it is on your shoulders and it is crushing you. Hope is a powerful thing. Let me give you an example. One year, we went to Colorado for our Serve project, and we met up with this lady who up until a couple of years ago was in law school. She was bright. She had high hopes of being one of the top lawyers in her class, and she could have done it. She was very brilliant. And she was engaged. They had the date set for this summer. And then all of a sudden, she didn't have control over her muscle so much. It started slow, and she threw it off. That's just stress, right? But then she started forgetting things, which is so unlike her. And the day that we talked with her, she was in a hospital designed for people who have MS, multiple sclerosis. And some of the doctors can explain it in the house a little bit better than I can, but MS attacks the myelin sheeting that is around your spinal cord and around some of your nerves. And after a while, this young woman who had such high hopes couldn't do some of the things that she wanted to do. And before long, she was in this hospital wing because there is no known cure for MS. And all hope of a natural, normal life is gone. Her fiancé, well, he doesn't come around anymore. They broke off the engagement, canceled the wedding. And all she has now is her family, who comes and visits. But hope has been destroyed for her. She doesn't have any anymore beyond the life that she has now in the hospital. Hope is a powerful thing. And you, Cleopas, has just had your hope destroyed. This Jesus is now dead. Your hope is gone. It's deflated. It's